All right, so now I want to talk about SEO, stands for search engine optimization. Basically, the idea is it's trying to make your site appear higher in a search engine than your competitors. Generally speaking, when people do a search on Google, Bing, Yahoo, whatever search engine they're utilizing, um, they will click on the first one, two, maybe three results. And then anything that's on like the second or third page, unless they're really desperate, they're not clicking on, right? So to a large extent, you could almost consider SEO more important than the web page itself, because if they aren't visiting the page, then then they're not seeing it. So who cares how good of a job you did on that web page, right? There are whole books and guides and all sorts of stuff about SEO because everybody's trying to make sure that they have the best search results possible. It is super important because more hits on your site, the more business, the more views, the better for the brand. It will make your stuff live and or die. And this is actually one of the problems that you'll often find. Google is constantly being sued. For lots of different reasons, but one of the reasons that you'll often find is that they get sued for this very reason. Because in a weird way, Google kind of determines who the winners and losers are, right? Um, you're only going to sell as many shoes as Google allows your website to be um, uh, uh, visible on their page, right? So depending on what their algorithm is and what they decide to do is going to determine how much business you do. And that's kind of a weird power that I don't feel like they should necessarily have. But this is one of the problems with the internet is that there wasn't a lot of regulation, and now it's the Wild West out there. Okay, now that I did my little talk there. So things that the SEO considers is how the search engines work themselves, right? So to be frank, most people don't even know how even Google doesn't know how they work. But there are certain things that will take into account what people are searching for, okay, and the terms or keywords that are being used in that search, okay. Basically, like I already said, it could be considered the most important of any website is the SEO. You need to be on that top. Oh, because not only also that you get views, but also instills trust, right? The further you go down that list, usually a little more fishy the website. So I'm a lot less likely to put money into something if it's not the first result.